You got to know when you choose your partner, not, what you do for her, but what she could do for you when you at your lowest moment, or when you at your weakest moment, or when you at your moments of f***ing up. Like how they, keep your back and keep you locked and loaded. Pick your partner wise, man, because, a lot of motherfuckers pick their partners based off of lust in the moment. And that's how that shit end. It end hard and fast. When you pick your partner right, that shit don't never end. It lasts.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor? Hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys, I got about 4 videos for you today. The first video is going to be talking about why is dating so hard and why most relationships fail. And I think that the points that she's going to make out in this video is going to be very crucial for everyone out there in a relationship. The next video is going to be a man who humbles women on what their true value is and when they should value themselves and why they should not tell people what their value is. And I think that he's definitely is going to humble a lot of women with this one. Next video is going to be my man Gary V. It's going to be giving some motivational advice that I think a lot of you guys need to take so you can get a clear view of reality. We just have too many people now, including men, that are living in delusion, and a lot of men are suffering from mental illness. And every now and then you just need the truth. Next video is going to be Andrew Tate breaking down why women who are older and single, it's just no value there to see a beautiful 40-year-old. Women just don't get it. Is that when a man sees you good looking in your 30s, he's gonna automatically think something's wrong with you, and Andrew will be breaking that down. And this may be one of the last Andrew Tate videos that I react to for a little bit. I just think I've been putting too much of it in the video. But first video, woman's gonna be breaking down biggest reasons why dating is hard and relationships fail. Let's get to it.
I've noticed that people are dropping relationships as if it's easy to pick back up, leaving people as if there's plenty good fish in the sea. Have you been out to sea yet? Do you know how hard it is to fish, let alone find a good size to eat for dinner? And if it was so easy, you would be out there fishing instead of going to the store.
She's absolutely right. If it was easy for everyone to find the best person available for them, then they wouldn't have to go looking for it. If a woman value was actually higher than the man that she was on the date with, then she would already be with that person. You guys have to stop living a fairy tale and allowing the women to live a fairy tale around you. But understand, a woman can only live a fairy tale if you're allowing her to convince you of her value.
Look at dating like that. There are not many good people in this world if you haven't noticed. Be grateful for what you have instead of trying to find something better because it ain't out there. Imagine the person that you're with always wondered if someone was better than you. If you live with that mindset, you're going to be fishing for a while. And then you're going to end up finding yourself miserable and lonely because the one that you had was better than all the ones that you were trying to find. There's too many single people out here looking for a fantasy, but a fantasy is...
And she's absolutely right. All right, that the problem, majority of the problem is going to be the internet. It is going to be Instagram, and it is going to be that we live in a culture where everyone idolizes other people. You're spending too much time idolizing what other people are doing and comparing your life to them, when all you just want to do is try to live like them instead of trying to live like yourself. Everyone needs to soul search. A lot of this is going to happen in the 20s. Best believe a lot of confusion right now is in the 20s because most people that are in their 20s are actually bots. What do I mean by bots? You're the generation of children. When you were raised, your mothers and fathers started giving you cell phones when you were a baby to distract you. Then they started giving you iPads to distract you. So when you started having these pads that you could play with, learn your ABCs, watch some cartoons, you eventually elevated to video games. Once you got to video games, you stayed there a little bit longer. But you have to realize your entire life has been a distraction away from your parents, who you were supposed to be building a connection with, who was supposed to be showing you how life is supposed to go. Instead, the internet's been telling you what video game life is, what a false life is. And then when people come back into reality, they do not know what's going on because their brains are botted up from looking at the internet too long. That's what I mean by bots. When I was coming up, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have iPads. We had to actually go out and be kids. We had to go out and learn how to do things on our own. The problem now is a lot of children, you're smart. You're actually smarter than most adults, but you're actually weak at heart. You don't have what it takes to survive. The next video is going to be a man humbling a woman about their ranking. Let's get to it.
And your hair inches out. So let me tell you something, like a staple of the modern woman, right? They believe that they are higher than their level, right? So I've always said, you see when you take your makeup off and your lashes off and your nails off and your wig off and your hair inches out and then you go to bed, that's what you are. That's your level.
Oh my God,
hang on.
I love that.
And he's absolutely right. The next time a woman starts to act bougie with you, you tell her that. Say, hey, you could tell me you have a lot of guys that want you, but if you take off your glasses, wigs, and all that fake stuff on you, he's not gonna want you. They don't want you, they just want the makeup. So why don't you act like you are whenever you don't have all this plastic stuff on? Because if you had to go somewhere where you could not get to makeup, where you could not get to fake hair, fake fingernails, and fake clothes, then everyone's gonna treat you how you look. So why don't you humble yourself to what you look like whenever you get out the shower? That's the problem. The women can't accept that because there's so many desperate men that don't care what she looks like. You have to understand, when a man's desperate, you're desperate. That means you're going to tell a good-looking woman the same thing that you're going to tell an ugly woman because you're trying to do whatever it is you got to do in order to clap some cheeks. So whenever you're constantly showing desperation, a woman doesn't realize what her true value is. It's easier for her to hide it because you're going to want it no matter what. Women know what it's like without makeup, and they know what it's like with the makeup on. But the makeup gives them the personality that the man is allowing them to have. For every man that has common sense, there's 1,000 other simps that's gonna make it look like you don't know what you're talking about whenever it comes to women, because they're gonna pedestalize them. Once a woman get pedestalized, she has nothing but servants underneath her. And they're happy with that. Why? Because true deep down in their heart, they know who that girl is that get out the shower with no makeup on. And now these guys allow her to live a fantasy. Next video is going to be my man Gary B, and this is one of them ones you guys need to watch because he makes an awful lot of sense.
Need, which is why do you own a BMW?
Because I love the car, just the brand, and I love driving it, so I don't know.
So to me, that's where it gets interesting, right? Do you, or do you like what the brand does to make you look to other people? I don't know. I'm not assuming.
I know,
don't
you have a point. You have a point.
I know I have a point. I don't know you, but I know in the macro that 98% of people that buy a Mercedes or BMW likes what it makes other people think of them, not that they like it. And that $487 a month versus what they really need, which is $100 a month, is why they have a job they hate, right? Because they're paying for a life that means nothing.
He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. Everyone's trying to buy their respect. You're trying to buy your love. You're trying to buy your demeanor. When you go out and buy these luxury cars, but you don't know anything about the luxury cars, you're just happy with what the car does for you, when in reality, it doesn't help you out a lot. The only people that's gonna really like your car a lot and go crazy for it is gonna be 13, 14, and 15-year-old boys. Everybody else, when you go somewhere and you drive around, you're gonna gain haters. If you gain something that they don't want, you're not gonna gain women. That'll get a woman's attention. But if you ain't got the swag and the demeanor to go behind it, then you're just gonna be a vessel that she can use, and you wanna be used, which is why you buy the car. People ask me why I don't buy a track car. Why haven't I bought a Hellcat? Why haven't I bought these cars? And I just bought the RT or regular Grand Cherokee. It's because I can customize cars. And if you go to my Instagram and you look at my channel, I have customized all of my cars to look better than the cars that you're gonna go on a lot and buy for twice the price. Why? Because I have an imagination. You know what I'm saying? There's something special about me that's very creative that I want to show. I can't just go out and buy a Hellcat and say, hey, everybody, look, I got a Hellcat, or buy a Mercedes and say, hey, everybody, look, I have a Mercedes. Why? Because that's for people that don't have nothing going for their life and they want material things to define who they are. Learn to be who you are and you will be a lot happier. You guys have to understand, men are dealing with a lot of mental illness, and one of the best ways to get over it is to actually find out who you are. Go out into the world, experiment, pick something to do every single day so you learn something new about yourself. Next video is gonna be Andrew Tate breaking down older women that are ran through. Let's get to it.
33 and single. I know me a girl who's 33 and single. I know the amount of dick that's been through her before me is just simply unattractive. I don't care how nice you are, but you're 33 years old. How many men have fucked? If I get a 19-year-old girl, I might be your second or third man, right? I'm gonna be dude number fucking 29, and all the trauma and heartbreak and bullshit they put you through, you're gonna try and bring to my door?
He's absolutely right. By the time they get in their 30s, they done already did everything. They done already been ran through. That's not really nothing much new that you could show her. She's gonna see your game before you're able to come out of your mouth, which is why it's a crucial time for women in their 30s. Like, you have it good, but you have it bad. Single mothers actually look better than single women, period. And you may look at me and say, well, what do you mean? Because when a man looks at a single mom, he can see she's already established. He can already see that she's on a program. So most guys who date single mothers want to come in and already get in a routine with her because it's already headed in the direction that he wants to go. Men who want families are going to gravitate towards the single mom because she's in motion and it's naturally what he recognized. Don't listen to these dudes in the comments, these red pill guys. I'm red pill myself, but a lot of you are delusional. You don't live reality. In reality, men that want a family gravitate towards the single mom because her nature is already in the path that he's going. But when you come across these 30-plus-year-old women with no kids, good job, and may drive a nice car, they typically have bad attitudes, but they're also low-key sluts. Men know this, all right? We know at 30 plus, you've been ran through. You done seen some dudes, especially when you're on a date telling us everywhere that you visited, all the places that you've gone, a guy's like, oh, she's a hoe. She done been around the block. You're more unattractive being sexy and pretty in your 30s than what you are in your 20s. Regular women in their 30s are going to be more attractive because the man becomes more realistic. He starts to chase the women that are actually in his value. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.